Tonight, from Seattle, Washington, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players? To play on Thursday night. But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 74 yards. And the Niners are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Takes it at the 7th. And able to get this out to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They will be led out by a 2nd-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And I think that everyone is looking forward to seeing Drew Lock take the next step in the quarterback evolutionary process. Decision-making is something that he's working on improving because he's got plenty of arm and makes excellent off-platform throws. What he's seeking now? To be consistent in all of his processes.
On play action, Lock out to his left. He hits his target, Lockett. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Leaping, and he makes the grab. And the Seahawks are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field generator they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We got you. Now they got first and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And
touchdown! DK Metcalf. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Lance now on first down. He's got Ayuk once again. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Lance now to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. And they'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And he will. He's brought down at the 41. These two teams all tied after 1. Now a run with Sermon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And now they'll throw with Lance. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. The 30. 10.
They should have put a
and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Trey Lance of the 49ers set to go back on offense here. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Here's Lance. Dancing to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Unfortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Sermon. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Again, Sermon. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Now Lance. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Crater for the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. Returning right back to Lockett. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Tyreek Hill, 74 yards. And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
Now Prater to add the PAT. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll have a little bit of time to work with, 35 seconds until the break. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. And got his man, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here, we do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know
for
why
them?
they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. Lance's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a fact.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf as time expires in the first half. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. Some good-looking matchups on your screen there. One of the best? Yeah, I'll say it. It's in Cleveland. A big test there for the Browns as they'll square off with the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being over in Arlington, where it'll be America's team, the Cowboys, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football to wrap up the week between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. In the game you're watching, it's been Drew Lock with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run again with Carson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. You might want to take that course.
And that is incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive one of quarter three.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. Trey Lance of the 49ers set to go back on offense here. And, Charles, we look at the performance so far. 3 touchdown passes. Been pretty good, but they're losing.
You start with the positive, exactly as you stated. The 3 touchdown passes he's already thrown. You see them here getting it done. But the rest of the team, as well as himself, they've got to figure out what it's going to take to try and rally themselves back into the lead.
Absolutely. They've got to find a way to turn it around. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Lance to throw it. Buying time to his left. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. A big play there on the keeper. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Lance a give now to Sermon. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. To throw, it's Lance. On the move to his... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They look to throw. It's Locke. Steps away. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 70 yards. And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Now the try here for the point after. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here, and our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Lance looking to throw it. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And, Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football. And the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside. And then, of course, the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Locke. They'll roll him out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Lock's throw into the hands of Lockett. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time on the catch and run. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they'll get this down to the 10.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett from 10 yards out. And the Seahawks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Darrell Taylor. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Throwing on second and long. Lance. Big hold of the third. Oh, he put on the carpet, a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson taking it in from a yard out. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Throwing on first down is Lance. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Lance going to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. And you can say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And that is incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Well, partner, nothing but praise for me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. A lot going to throw it here, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And partner, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance. This to the outside. It's Sermon. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. One final try now for Lance. He's going to let it fly. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Seahawks, they begin the new campaign with a victory here.